This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
All right, man. This is one, it doesn't happen to us very often, but we have a surplus.
Ooh.
We have a surplus of things to talk about today.
Just like Bill Clinton's presidency in the 90s. I don't know. I just keep throwbacking, which doesn't make any sense because it was all before we started recording.
Just throw back in. We have a surplus of things to talk about, but we do not have a surplus of time.
No, that's what there's always a catch.
We're going to get in. We're going to get out.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of The Royal We. I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
We're here to talk about snakes.
Stuff.
Snakes, specifically.
Snakes. Okay, let's get it going.
Here's a headline I found myself.
Okay.
If you guys would like to send us a headline, you can at royalwecast.com.
No.
At royalwecast on Twitter or royalwecast@gmail.com. That's what you can do. Also, I want to, right at the top of the
Hour.
top of the hour, I want to thank my buddy Zach for sending us this sound effect. Thank you, Zach. We're going to use this sound effect to get us between topics. If you've been listening, you guys get the idea. If you want to send us headlines or sound effects, do the same thing.
Yeah.
We're in, we're out. It's going to be a quick one. Python with anorexia
Okay.
swallows 800 pounds in the money in vet bills.
In what?
Vet bills.
Vet bills.
So there's a python with anorexia and someone's been taken to the vet and it's cost them over 800 pounds, British pounds.
And it ate the vet bills?
Well, that's what it makes it seem. No, what it's doing is it's costing the person a lot of money.
Oh.
Well, unless it did just eat the vet bills, and I don't know.
You'd be like, what the fuck? Well, no, actually, that's like the dog ate my homework.
But it's an anorexic snake, and he's like, well, he ate.
An
He's
anorexic?
cured.
How do you know if a snake's anorexic? Listen, man, your 800 ribs are showing.
How do you know if a snake is anorexic? Yeah, because those snakes go like months without eating.
Some of them can. They eat a big meal and then they can go like a month.
Do animals get anorexia?
Apparently.
I mean,
based on this, everything we read is true.
Fake news, America.
Yeah.
Python with anorexia.
Anorexia.
I'm with you, man. Because snakes go so long without eating. They must go like months or 2 months. Because they eat like a big fuck off thing.
Do you think it eats something and then it throws it back up? That's bulimic.
That's bulimic. It's not a bulimic python. Let's not get out of...
No.
It's
I
ridiculous.
saw this thing once where snakes, they'll eat eggs whole, like bird eggs or ostrich eggs, and then they bust them. They use because they're just a big tube of muscle and stomach. They're just basically your intestine if you stretched it out and gave it teeth.
Yeah, okay.
And then it busts the egg inside of it, sucks out all the inside, and then it barfs up the shell. So if you just saw that, you'd be like, oh, that poor snake is bulimic. I'm going to take it in and have 800 pounds. Oh, sorry. I need this.
What?
Oi, that snake's bulimic. I'm going to take it in. Get 800 pounds. A duck bill.
Well, I always feel like when an animal gets sick, I understand that people get attached to pets. Mm-hmm. And they love them.
Especially a pet ticks.
They're attached to them physically.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not spending 800 pounds. What, a pound is a double of American dollar, isn't it?
$1.56.
So it's it's like 1,400 US dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think we used to have cats and dog. We had a dog and we would bring the cats. I'm not sure. Like when we first get them, we take them to the vet and they go, yeah, good.
Yeah, they give them shots and you get them spayed and neutered.
And then we never go back to the vet again.
Yeah, that's basically what happens, right?
Right. And then like if it's sick, it's like, sorry, buddy. Not even unless it gets sick. It's like, should have been fighting a coyote, man.
I actually had a cat that got killed by a coyote. I didn't. My parents did. The end.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I understand love a dog, love a pet, whatever. But like,
Yeah, sometimes you just can't.
it's so
There's nothing you can
expensive.
do.
Whenever sometimes I see on Facebook people going like GoFundMe's or Kickstarters trying to get like, oh, my dog is really sick. It ate a knife and I don't have the
Ate a knife?
I don't know. Like, I don't have the money for the surgery. It's like, then the dog's gonna die. Like, don't you think why are you gonna use up all your charity on your dog?
Right. It's like, well, I had a cat.
If you swallow a knife and you need surgery, shouldn't you think
Yeah.
should save your funding for that?
Save your funding for when you eat a knife, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a cat. Loved that cat. Took it all over the country with me. And then it got sick and I took it to the vet and I was like, this cat's sick. And they're like, yeah, it's pretty sick.
Like astute observation.
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
Oh shit, are you a vet?
Yeah. It turned like bright yellow. They're like, yeah, it's got like liver disease. And it's like, well, here's the options. There's like operation we could do. It cost about $2,000.
And you immediately were like,
I was like, sorry, buddy. Well, I'll do what I can. But then they were like, and also the chances of success were like 30%. So you could pay $2,000 and they were like, basically like they may either not survive the surgery or they die. Like it's just basically, it's like a almost fatal disease. Like, and they were like, here's your options. You can we just put her to sleep now, or you can take them home and like make him whatever.
Listen, we'll put your cat down. We'll give you a Tamagotchi.
We've got a whole bucket of these, Digipets from the 90s. Throwback.
And they'll put your tag. They'll attach her tag to the keychain.
Oh, it's Robo Kitty.
Imagine if a veterinarian office was doing that.
That might be a good gig. I mean, that might be a good scam.
So what you do is you got a big bucket of Tamagotchis. Tamagotchis or Digimon or any of those that were huge in the 90s. And you put pets down, you put animals down, you take their collars and just attach them to the keychain. Like, here you go.
And you name it, the name of the pet, and you give it to them here. So, I guarantee there's probably some people who would believe that. If you redid it in a way and you told people like, what we can do this surgery, costs like $2,000, slim chance of survival, or
we can download your pet into a Pokemon.
Yeah, for $250. We can take your cats, because they have simple minds.
But why is that cheaper than the liver transplant?
Well, because no one's going to pay that. That's the thing. They're going to get something out of it.
Because it's bullshit. I understand. But if you're downloading my cat's consciousness into a...
But you're not.
I know you're not.
You're telling somebody that, and they're like, listen, this is what we do. And someone says, why is it so cheap? You go, because it's expensive when you got to download complex minds.
But we're doing it in bulk.
Yeah, and also like cat, dog minds. There's stuff to them, but they're not as complex as, monkey, dolphin, man minds. So not all those in one creature. That would be the downfall of us all.
Monkey, dolphin, man mind.
Monkey, dolphin, man mind is going to do another great band name playing this Friday.
In the 90s.
Yeah, in the 90s. But no, people pay. There would be people who believe that. Be like, no, they took his brain and they put my kitty in here.
But those die, Some of them can.
Yeah, you just have to have one that doesn't die.
Batteries. Make sure you have plenty of batteries.
Oh, yeah. If the batteries die, you're a murderer.
If the batteries die, he really dies. Yeah. And then he's finally done.
Yeah. You ever seen Lawnmower Man from the 90s? It's like that. Oh, God.
I would like it if there was like a series of options of things you can put your cat's consciousness into. Like, we'll put your cat's consciousness into a Digimon. Put your cat's consciousness on this CD.
On this VHS tape from the 90s.
We'll put your cat's consciousness in this snow globe. We'll put your cat's consciousness.
It's a really bad digital meow. Meow.
We'll put your cat's consciousness into like this Lego robot.
They did that with a worm.
I know, that's what I know.
Ooh, that's in my wheelhouse. Lego worm brain.
Yep, they put a worm's brain into a Lego creation. I made an immortal worm.
Stupid. How would you know? I mean, come on. How do you know you did that? If I actually did that as a 5th grade science project, and I had a fucking little robot walking around and be like, yeah, there's a worm brain in there, I'd be like, you fail.
Well, they wouldn't believe you.
Conclusively.
But a scientist.
Right, that's it. I'm telling you, that's what you work for. That's what you work years for, and that's what you pay for that moniker for. And so you can say, I'm a scientist, and I say there's a worm brain in this pile of Legos. And people go, okay, he's a scientist.
There is more to it than just saying. They didn't just build a Lego and go, hey man.
Hey, that's probably about what? One worm smart?
They probably like mapped out the synapses.
That's exactly what they did.
And then
there's actually science in it. I know, yeah. I'm playing it up for the show. But yeah, because they only have 8 or something, as where humans have fucking 30 some. So it was easy for them. I don't know. I forget the science now.
Wait, humans only have 4 times more synapses than a worm?
Yes.
My God.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's a lot more. But worms
imagine if the worm had more.
Worms have, this really threw us off.
Turns out worm more.
It takes a lot. Worm equals more. Science. Stamp it.
When I did my Lego creation, I learned worm more.
Yeah, worm more.
Okay. So, Kat sent us One, two,
cat.
three, four, five. There's a ton of headlines. We sent a call
Super
out.
a super can.
Super can.
Super can cat.
Super can cat.
Super fan. Or super can. Whatever. Can of worms.
I read about this. I read a little bit about this. I don't really remember how it works.
Okay.
But this is ridiculous. Maybe you saw this too. Thank you, Kat, for this headline. Warner Brothers may have to pay $900 million if they can't prove ghosts are real.
What? Why?
Someone must be suing them.
For the movie Ghost?
If they can't prove ghosts are real, they have to pay someone $900 million.
Who?
It just says to pay. May have to pay $900 million. I don't know who. I don't know why.
God almighty, does that not raise the questions in your mind?
Maybe it's one of us. Maybe we all get a slice. $900 million. Every American gets $3. $2.50.
Yeah. What's that? That'll buy you what? Like a Zag Nut from the 90s?
Some Pogs.
A Zero
Alf
Bar.
Pogs.
I love Zero Bars.
What is a Zero Bar? I
It's
don't
like
know.
a...
I was a baby in the 90s.
It's kind of like a Three Musketeers in a way, but it's covered in white chocolate. It's got white chocolate on it.
And even though it's called Zero Bar more.
Zero Bar is definitely more than one worm delicious.
Imagine if you fried up a bunch of worms. It might be taste all right.
I almost fried up a bunch that came out of a tree once because I read you could do it. You know those ones that like take over the trees?
You just grabbed them and
I didn't do it. I thought about it.
they're kind of come out of trees.
Yeah, well,
Like
where I live,
ooch along.
yeah, they do ooch. But these caterpillars,
they ooch.
have you seen where they'll make those nests, those webs in the trees, and they make these like big caterpillar nests,
Like silkworms?
yeah, kind of, and they make these giant silky.
Florida?
Well, they're all up. I mean, where I used to live in West Virginia was the same way. Like they're all over the place, and certain places, I mean, they would fucking take over. And I lived at this this apartment one time, and the trees kind of hung over the top of the apartment, and all those worms they hatch out all at once. And I'm not kidding you, man.
You
there
can
were
eat 'em.
millions of worms.
And they said you can eat them. Where'd you read this?
I'm sure online or something.
You can eat them.
I subscribe to Chuckle Fuck Weekly. It's like, yeah, you know them worms that come out of the trees over
This is the
here?
official podcast of Chuckle Fuck
You
Weekly.
can eat them. Yeah, it was like, they said you gotta like sear them up and burn, like put something into burning. It burns all the fur off them. They're like white and fuzzy.
Oh, okay, I wasn't picturing that at all. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Now I do.
Yeah, and they'd come out in the blue billions, man. And they covered my apartment. It was like something out of a horror movie. They crawled down the roofs, down the staircase. I mean, ass to butt. One after the other all day long. Just dun 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 dun.
Ass to butt.
Well, one of them's ass.
Isn't the other one's butt? Think of what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
But man,
You know what? I almost looked the fool. It was face to butt, like
for
human
$1 billion,
centipede.
for $1 billion, they have to prove that ghosts are real. I bet you they're going to do it because I don't think they're going to want to pay $900 million.
I've got a theory, man, that that everything's just gearing us up for a big reveal. I think they're testing the waters. They're testing the waters with aliens. They're testing maybe with ghosts. Maybe this is how they're going to, because if nobody said anything about aliens for fucking ever, and then suddenly the government's like, we held this press conference today to tell you that aliens, yeah, they're a thing. People would go fucking berserk. Like, religions would collapse. It would just...
New ones would be formed.
Yeah, exactly.
Secret Transmissions podcast would get a lot more popular.
Oh, it'd be crazy. Yeah, Bane, everything Bane said would be right.
Bane?
Yeah, from Batman. We will endure. And we...
Yeah, man, everything Bane said would be true. Everything that character from Batman said would be true.
You know, if aliens happen. If there's like courts will be made. Punishments will be blah, 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 blah.
Speak of the devil, he appeared.
He shall appear. But anyway.
But I'm thinking
Because I think they're doing that, and I think they're testing the waters, and they're building it, because now it's like, you know, you keep seeing all these things, and like more and more they're bringing in, like, it's, you know something, was it Buzz Aldrin?
Okay.
You know, if you spell his name backwards, it spells alien. Aldrin.
Aldrin backwards is Nidra.
Touché. Fake news.
You just said, you didn't even think about that.
I was hoping you would call me out, and then someone like, these guys are so full of shit. But no, actually, I think they're priming us for something.
Well, like maybe it's a reveal of we're in a simulation. Because if we're in a simulation, ghosts could be real. Fucking anything could be real.
No, nothing would be real, but anything would be possible.
Anything could be real to us. I mean.
Everything would be, that'd be better. I'm fine with being in a simulation. Let's hack it, and I want to fly around.
If we could hack it, I'd say leave it the way it is. But like, if there's ever a disease, you just fucking write the zeros in the, like, oh, here's the potion for that.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't call it a potion probably, but.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a simulation.
Yeah.
Then you can just like manipulate the code.
Just bring up the console.
Console commands.
Yeah. All I see is blonde, brunette, redhead.
Lady in the red dress.
Yep.
Here's another article from Cat. In Thailand, blood sacrifice is out. Strawberry Fanta is in.
What a leap.
So they were blood sacrifice when you murder people, or you just cut yourself and you give blood to an altar.
Blood sacrifice.
Is it what it's like? What? So imagine if there's some god that takes blood as a sacrifice, and someone's like, for years and years and years, they've been cutting themselves and putting it on the altar. I bet and then one day, some guy's like, in Thailand? How do they speak in Thailand?
Don't even try it. It's a lot of... No, that's just things from Star Wars. I'm sorry.
So, but then someone's like, hey, put the knife down. Fanta. Strawberry flavored. The gods don't know the difference.
Strawberry Fanta is pretty tasty.
Imagine if the gods
It's got to be any type of blood sacrifice. If I was a god and I was like...
It's like anything, though. If you had enough blood, you're going to be like, ooh, strawberry Fanta is a nice, refreshing change. But eventually they're going to go...
I'm missing that blood.
Because
that is your deal. Your deal is blood sacrifice.
Yeah, my name is Bloodman.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I bet back in the day, it was... They probably murdered people for blood sacrifice or sacrificed animals. And maybe now they just, it's like a bloodletting thing.
Yeah.
You prick your finger and you do a little.
I don't think there's really anyone in modern society that is doing like, I guess maybe on the fringe. I mean, I've seen True Detective. Mm-hmm. There's some people doing it on the fringe.
There's a lot of stuff on the fringe. Do you think
there's stuff that people are really doing that, like Satanist cults and stuff, like
absolutely,
people murdering them and stuff?
I need to tell you. I told you about reading that whole girl's story, not from the 90s, but from the 70s, where she got involved with this. Her parents were in a satanic cult, and they performed. She claimed to perform human sacrifices, and they would all like get together and like basically rape people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty shady stuff. But it is Satan, so I mean, you get what you pay for.
But from what I understood,
you do get surprised. People are like, oh my God, murder and rape. You're like, Satanist.
But what I understood as Satanist was someone, you're just very, I mean, I'm sure there's different scales of Satanism. Yeah. But from what I understand, Satanism is just like, self-interest. Like you do things because they feel good. So there's people who are Satanists who are just like,
yeah, no, yeah, sure.
I don't know. Because there are people who are Satanists that make it sound legitimate. They make it sound like it's not that ridiculous of a thing.
Right.
Like that it's about more like,
my thing's, why do you need any type of deity in there? Just do whatever feels good to start with. You don't have to throw.
I agree, but I mean, the Satan is pretty. I mean, as far as deities go, Satan's pretty metal.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all. I mean, yeah, you got all the good bands.
So then you get the whole thing of
Dio.
Like, if you tell someone, "Oh, I'm an atheist," they're like, "All right, no, you take it another step. I'm a Satanist."
They're like,
Thank you, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Now, we're really just beating around the bush. Really what I got you here today to discuss. Do you remember we were eating breakfast just before this? And I said,
I do.
People don't want to let go.
Yeah. What were you talking about? People don't want to.
I didn't tell you what it was, but I found something. I believe I found this on that worstThingsForSale.com. Guys, check them out. Support that guy. He kind of looks like Dwight Schrute. What's that guy's name? What's Dwight Schrute's name? Rowan Atkinson? No, that's Mr. Bean. That's Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Is that Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
I found this on that website. So go to that website, support that guy, give him some clicks. But
who? Rowan Atkinson?
No. worstThingsForSale.com.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like Dwight Schrute. Rainn Wilson.
Yeah. Rainn Wilson. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Okay. This is something you can buy on Amazon.
You said people don't want to let go. I bet it's something. They've compressed people's ashes or.
No. This is something that probably made sense. I'm going to say 1,000 years ago.
In the 90s?
In the 90s. 1,000 years ago. In the 1790s, which is only 300 years.
You dig yourself a hole.
Math. Okay. Oh, this product is apparently out of stock, so I can't even tell you the price. I was going to tell you the price first.
It's out of stock.
There's 5 of them. It's called, I want to show you the picture. I want to show you the picture.
Rings.
I want you to describe it. Okay, take a look at this picture.
Oh, dear God. Well, it's a...
Don't read any words.
I'm going to guess from looking at that. I was going to say it's a ring, which it is a ring. I'm guessing that's a cock ring. My guess is it's a cock ring, but there's...
Describe it for the audience.
It's a ring.
Paint a picture.
It's a ring, and around the outer rim of it is long black hair, wispy hair, sprouted out. My guess is it's a cock ring made from a dead person's hair.
You're so close.
or a lover's hair.
5 pieces.
5 pieces.
You get 5 of them for the price of whatever it is.
5 cock rings.
You get 5 of them because I don't think
One
they're-
for every day of the
I don't
week.
think they're reusable.
2 days off. What?
Natural sheep eye socket, sexy male penis ring, delay sex products for men. It is the eye socket of a sheep. So like those wispy eyes, those hairs are its eyelashes. And I guess you stick it on your dick and it lets you have sex for longer.
It acts as a cock ring.
It's a cock ring.
But why leave the goat's eyeball lashes on it?
Why use a goat's eyeball?
Well, they used to use goat. I mean, you can still
I understand
buy.
they used to.
Well, no, they still do actually. You can buy sheepskin condoms still for people who are allergic to, which I think there's other synthetic things out now, but they used to make them for people who are allergic to, latex.
Right, okay.
But so, hey, let's use all that goat.
I guess that
For
makes
sex.
sense. Sheepskin, I guess, makes...
No, I'm with you. Like, goats.
It's the eye socket.
How? No one figured that out coming from a good place.
No.
Somebody skull fucked a sheep and was like, that's a perfect fit. You know, I was skull fucking a sheep one day. Its eye socket came off, went around my penis. Man, I lasted like an extra 30 minutes. I just skull fucked the hell out of that sheep.
I know, I bet you it doesn't come from that place. I bet you they were butchering a sheep and they just...
Thought, that looks like that would fit my dick. Let me take that
That's
home.
more reasonable than...
I don't put anything past anybody.
I'm sure people have skull fucked sheep. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm not claiming that today.
Satanist.
That's my thing.
Disclaimer. Nothing against Satanists. Who's ringing the bell?
Come and knock on my door. I'm ringing my bell. We got a package of new.
Oh, what if it's his lapel mics, that'll be sweet.
Oh shit! I think it might be. Wanting ordered something last night. So get that door coming.
Probably is coming. I thought maybe just be the neighbors.
I'm gonna leave this recording.
Okay.
Come knocking my door. We'll be waiting for you. Shimmy, 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 three's company too.
Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Bang couple times on the pipe if you wanna hump.
Twice on the pipe, ding ding. If the answer is no,
It'd be great if it was just McDonald's.
none of us ordered it.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, you guys are our MVPs.
Thanks, Satan. Oh, wait. He's reading the meter or something out there. Well, that was a big nothing. We're
Right back at you.
right back. Hey,
It's your boys.
right back at you with your boy.
It's your boys. This is Swamp Fox and Dingo in the morning. Doing a fake Cuban accent.
Yeah.
It's like Cuban. I don't know what I'm doing. Sex toys made out of animal parts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2017. We have fabrication. We have latex. We've got rubber. We got plastic.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess all parts of the world don't have that. You got to think, man.
This is Amazon. We're selling this on Amazon.
I take back what I just said, because if you're ordering on Amazon, there's other options.
I expect seeing this in like a dried out, one of those little like dried mushroom stores here in Taiwan, or like in the fields of fucking
like
Mongolia
way off in
or
Mongolia, or like somewhere like way out in like rural places.
On Amazon, I'm looking at this on a MacBook
I'm
Air.
fine with that, man.
I pulled this up on my MacBook Air, talking into my Yeti Blue microphone.
You gotta check your O, man. You gotta check your privilege.
Check your O-shaped.
Or straight white
Dick
males,
ring.
man. We can't be throwing shade on people.
Using sheep eye dick rings?
Not if they're ordering off Amazon, we
Are
can.
cock rings popular?
Yeah.
Who's using cock rings?
I've used one. I don't like them. But I don't like
I don't like the idea of putting a tourniquet on my dick.
me either. I don't like tourniquets either. I'm like that with, like, I have nothing wrong. I have nothing against needles. Like when I go get blood taken and stuff, I'm fine with it. The thought of the tourniquet is what gets me. They put that on me and I feel like I'm going to pass out. And they're like, oh, you don't like needles? I'm like, needles are fine. Literally, you can lay my hand down and just jab a needle in me and take blood out. Just don't put that fucking rubber something about when that goes on. Something in my brain goes, your arm's dying or something. I don't know what it is.
Right,
so it's that same thought when I put a cock ring on. I'm like,
Dick's dying.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I mean, they make pills that are more,
Yeah. And so I use it like and I'm like, well, why am I using it? I don't need this thing. And two, it's like, it doesn't feel good. And it's like, I was afraid it wasn't going to go down. I was afraid I was never going to get it off. And I started panicking.
how do you get it off?
You gotta wait till your dick you gotta just wait and it gets soft enough then you can pull it off. Or you get some lube and it's a whole thing, man. I don't like them.
I don't like it.
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 Let's get away from it. Okay, here's another headline I found myself. Oh. This is one I wanted to do with Tim Ross jokes. I don't know if you're still listening, buddy, but Tim Ross, I sent it to you, buddy, on Twitter. Robot being trained to shoot guns is not a Terminator, insists Russian Deputy Prime Minister.
Russia.
Robot trained to shoot guns is not a Terminator, insists Russian Deputy Prime Minister.
I can get behind that because a Terminator, a robot, what's it shooting guns for? Just leisure? If it's not being trained, but yeah, if you're training a robot, that's
the robot's leisure?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If a robot is shooting guns for its, I don't know. I kind of call bullshit. No, it's not a turn. It's like, it's not Terminator. It's to shoot the gun, like to stand out, shoot the gun in cold.
I was thinking about how terrifying war is. Yeah. Because there's all these like tensions rising with North Korea and stuff, whether that's real or not. I mean, we live in fucking Asia, so like, who knows what's going to go on there. But I was thinking about, they have these fucking boxes.
It's rising.
And it's got like maybe 100 holes in it. Mm-hmm. And each of those is a gun. And they just shoot a wall of bullets. You ever seen this before?
No, I haven't actually.
It's just like, think about,
it's a modern thing?
It's a modern thing. It's just a box, and each of the holes is a bullet, so they can make it so that it shoots like waves of bullets. Like this, so like the top holes go and then the bottom holes go.
Yeah.
Or they can shoot it so all of them shoot at once and just shoots a wall of bullets at you.
Damn.
So like, people, I mean, it's ridiculous the level of intensity people have come up with ways to kill each other.
Oh yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, don't get me started. It's a whole thing.
War.
Good God, y'all. Just a bunch of monkeys who are smart enough to figure out how to make weapons to kill each other.
And smart enough to know that they shouldn't.
And smart, that's the enigma. That's the human condition, man.
What was that Dwight D. Eisenhower quote I saw on Facebook?
He said, "Yes, I want another pie."
That's what I was talking about. Here's another one I found myself.
Wait, what'd he say? What did Eisenhower say?
Something about he was in a war and he knows it's stupid.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Look it up yourself. Google it. Sperm tested as possible candidate for delivering cancer medications in female patients.
Yeah, somebody's fucking around.
But I mean, okay. Let's pretend. Well,
is it what kind of cancer? Is it ovarian?
It just says for delivering cancer medications in female patients. Maybe it is. Maybe it's cervical cancer.
That would make sense.
But okay. We maybe got to the bottom of what it actually is. Mm-hmm. If it's cervical cancer, sperm are real good at getting it in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. They could survive there. It's not going to, you can't put, well, I don't know. You know what they're doing to
Here's
them.
where my brain went. Doctor.
He's just fucking people.
Takes a bunch of pills. Turns his sperm into medicine.
What?
Starts fucking people, giving them immunizations.
Is that how that works?
Listen, I know
I'm a doctor. If I take medicine, it'll turn my sperm. It's like if you eat a bunch of pineapple, it makes your sperm taste better. I know.
I'm a doctor.
I took a bunch of medicine and it turned my sperm into medicine.
So now you need to let me fuck you.
This is like the plot of a porno. You know?
But okay, imagine if just like the worm Lego man, he shows his work. He shows the synapses. He's like, well, look.
Right.
It concentrates it down into my little swimmers. It concentrates them down. They're like, well, why can't you just jerk off in a cup and let them, give it to them that way?
Right.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
I don't have a good reason as to why not, but no.
Right.
And how come that grandma, you won't give her the medicine? Or how come it's female patients?
Yeah.
It's gotta be because of the cervix.
It's gotta be something to do with that where they can, no need to look into that anymore. We've solved that conclusively right here on the Royal We. That could be fake news. Our answer is definitely probably fake news.
I bet you the real thing, the sperm can get into the cervix.
Yeah, it's probably something to do with that. They've engineered it to where it's not going to, they've taken away
who's eating a bunch of pineapples and then fucking ladies.
No.
You need more vitamin C. Suck my dick.
I'm going around the world having sex with women with scurvy.
They call me Lemon Dick.
Lemon Dick. They call me Lemon Dicko.
Scientists discover massive sulfur-eating hell clams in the Philippines.
Hell clams?
Hell clams.
Is it the big long ones?
They make these clams. I mean, they make them.
They make them.
Man, they make them. There are these clams that are like as big as this fucking table, man.
Dude, I know. See, it's one of the things I talk about. Not even from the 90s, before that, in the 80s. One of the things you heard about all the time. There was always, in shows and cartoons and stuff, there was always a big clam. People would dive down under the water, and a big clam would get their foot and trap them. That happened all the time.
Right.
Whirlpools were a thing. Quicksand was a thing. Did we just solve it? Did science just solve those problems?
I don't think they were. I think cartoons made them a bigger problem than they were.
Well, it was just, I guess they were fascinated. What kids these days? What's wrong with kids these days? They don't find a giant clam or
How often are you in the deep ocean, man?
not me, but I find that fascinating. I find a whirlpool fascinating. Ocean's scary as shit. All of a sudden a big fucking whirlpool opens up and sucks you down in it.
As a teacher, should I be
You should warn kids about the day. You should instill a fear in your children. Irrational fears of whirlpools, lava. That's not
I should
irrational.
just scare them every day?
I'm afraid. I'd say that if you're not afraid of lava and like poisonous snakes, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
I have nothing against snakes, but a poison snake, don't mess with it. Lava, a piece of that gets on your head, a single piece, it will sink through your body and back to the earth from which it came.
Yeah.
You hold no hope. People just live on an island where the fucking mountain's spraying it
But
out.
it's not common. I mean, people don't just accidentally get hit by lava.
But that's way more common than a giant clam getting a foot.
Yeah, I bet you a giant clam probably has no interest in feet.
No, it just thinks it's food, and then it clamps down. It's like, I don't know what I've done.
I want to eat a giant clam. I bet you it's probably gross.
I bet it's not. Depending
I
on how
remember I
you
took,
cook it up.
a quahog. It's like maybe a big clam, but it's bigger than your fist. It's
Yeah.
huge. You use them for like clam chowder or something. Chop them up. All right, I ate one on the half shell one time.
Yeah,
And it was like,
the big clams raw or even big giant oysters raw they're a bit too much.
it tasted all right, but it was like just so much.
Yeah. But man, you cook them up, a big fried one, that'd be good.
Oh, I mean,
It'd be good.
you get it, and you put a little lemon on it.
Yeah, man. A little bit of green soap,
You eat a bunch of that. You take medicine.
cilantro.
We're not quite close enough to the mic to be talking this low.
No. Yeah, put pineapple on an oyster, man. You're set.
Just sit on it.
You're set.
Oh, you are set.
You are set right now. I am set. You are stand.
Woman took her dog to a furry convention, thinking it was an event for pets.
I saw that. That's super funny.
Well,
And she became a hit. Wasn't she like the most popular thing there?
really?
Yeah, she was the life of the party.
I'm sure people are like,
I saw this
"Hey,
plastic
make her
bat
feel comfortable,"
once.
or you saw a plastic bag once.
That came out. I swear to God, dude, I'm losing it. That came out, and I did not mean to say that.
I saw a plastic bag once.
No, a plastic bat.
Okay.
And it was called The Life of the Party. I don't know. It's called Drac the Bat, The Life of the Party. And I thought that was funny. And you said that, and my brain said that without consulting me.
Mummy.
No, yeah, it was a hit because she came and kind of figured out what it was like. Oh no. But everybody there like loved it. And they were like, oh, look at this dog. And they loved it. And she was like the life of the party.
Yeah.
So instead of making her feel awkward and, like,
Inclusive, man.
Yeah.
This here's what we're about.
that's what we're about.
There's some furries out there that are all right.
Yeah. Listen, I want to clear the air real quick.
Oh, yeah, we did get some hate mail.
Did we? No. I go off on a rant sometimes about something. Listen, I don't give a shit, honestly. Do whatever you want to do. It's that thing like, what? I may not agree with you say. No.
Saw a plastic bag once.
Saw a plastic bat once. If I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend your death to my death. You can die for me to say something.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm talking about.
Take two. The French.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't say anything. Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen.
Take two.
Yeah. I may not agree with what you have to say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. That's what I'm saying. Just because I don't understand something, it just makes me look like an asshole. Do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Just because I don't get it, I'm
I'm not
not
in love with the Ferris wheel.
right. That gets under my skin, and I've got
Sex with motorcycles.
I've got questions about it, but listen, ultimately, it doesn't matter. We're hurling towards oblivion on a little fucking marble in space. Nobody gives a fuck. Do whatever you want. If fucking an exhaust pipe on a 1980s car from the 90s, if that makes you happy, whatever, man. Just don't push it on me. Don't get in my face about it. I won't get in your face about it.
Who's getting in people's faces like, you need to fuck the car too, Nathan?
There's somebody. It never happens. But no, who cares? That's what I'm saying. A lot of times I get going off on a rant and it makes it sound like I have something against people who dress. No, do your thing.
Do you.
You do you, man. YOLO.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week on the Royal We.
CMYK, motherfuckers.
I want to thank the 90s.
I only know the name of this one.
I want to thank Kishi Bashi for letting us use his song intro / Pathos off the album 151A. Nate's about to spit water everywhere like a lunatic. You all right?
Yeah.
I also want to thank my buddy Zach for sending us this sound. I also want to thank Kat for all the headlines. Mm-hmm. Thank you. If you guys want to send us headlines, and you should, you can do that at RoyalWeCast on Twitter or RoyalWeCast@gmail.com. Send us headlines, goofy stuff, funny stuff, weird stuff. You can also send us weird products you found on Amazon. That's one of Dean's favorite. I haven't gotten anything from Dean in a while. Mm-hmm. He's saving up all his sex toys. Probably going to give them to me in a big blast.
Eat a bunch of pineapple, Dean. At least do us a favor.
Yeah. That's going to do it, I guess. I mean, is that all the business?
I think that's all the business. It's all bat once.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, good night, Dad.
Good night, and thank you. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you, and good night, Dad.
Ass to butt.